Hey everyone, it's Paul Nagpal from Remax Hallmark, and I'm super excited today to bring you this very interesting and enticing investment opportunity in Waterloo. Um, we worked with a few of you in the past, and I worked on a similar project in Kingston earlier this year, and this project is in Waterloo. So here we go. So just a little bit about Waterloo. About 98,000 full-time students. Sorry, about 58,000 full-time students, 98,000 in total, and about 80% of them live off campus. And I'm very familiar with the Waterloo Kitchener market because our daughter goes to Waterloo, so I know exactly what's going on there in terms of what accommodations are available off and on campus. 30% plus international students, and this number is actually probably a little old. I think there's more international students there now, and they do form a significant part of the mix. It is one of the Waterloo is one of the largest, fastest growing communities in the country, and almost going to be 250,000 people by 2031. And as many of you know, as almost everyone should know, that it is a massive hub for attracting talent in technology and other sectors in Canada. Prica is a significant player in the student housing market in Waterloo. They have over $500 million of portfolio of assets, about 14.3, almost 15% of the rental housing market in Waterloo is controlled by them. They own 34 properties, 2,400 bedrooms, and 1,000 residential units. And the most interesting stat is that they're almost all full, so 99.8% lease rate. KW for Rent, it's a wholly owned subsidiary, and KW for Rent is owned by Prica, and they manage a lot of buildings in Waterloo as well. They own 15 properties very close to University of Waterloo and Wilfrid Laurier, and our daughter lives in one of these buildings, so I can attest to the fact that their locations and their maintenance is fantastic. They offer hassle-free, fully managed properties with assured returns, and that's key. You know, in a market which is up and down, the real estate market which is up and down, you are almost guaranteed returns in this project. So KW for Rent does a lot of things for you. They're responsible for advertising. They're responsible for doing the tours. They're responsible for screening, collecting the rent, maintaining the properties, making sure that you're getting the money in your bank account every month, and basically take the hassle of owning a student housing off your hands. Essentially, that's the key. And they have 15 plus years of property management experience. Okay, so why this project in particular? Well, first and foremost, it's cash flow positive. Try finding something cash flow positive in the Greater Toronto area with 20 to 25% down today. You can't find it. This project is cash flow positive, and that's number one for any investor. Fully managed and hands off. So from the time you put down your money and from the time the bank, the checks start hitting your account, it's completely hands off for you. KW for Rent will be managing these properties for you, making sure that they're fully occupied and that you're getting the money in your bank account every month. I've always said that student housing is one of the most stable type of housing demands that exist in the real estate market. There's always going to be students in Kitchener-Waterloo. And in fact, there's a growing demand. So there's perpetual and growing demand for this type of housing. Returns start immediately. Now, this is interesting, which many of you probably have not realized yet, that once you put down your 25%, your returns will start basically as of September 1st. And I'll walk you through that in a second. And there's fixed closing costs. So these two buildings, 271 Leicester Street and 392 Albert Street, are already built. And basically you're buying into buildings that are already there. So the closings are going to happen in 60 days. And because this is not truly a pre-construction project, you know exactly upfront what your closing costs are. You do not have to wait 3 years, 4 years to find out what your closing costs will be and get any surprises. You know pretty much upfront what your costs are going to be, and your returns will start, basically in September. So what's being offered? What are the incentives? So these are fully leased units. These are 5-bedroom units, individually leased out, but they're fully leased for you. 2 years rental guarantee that's being offered by the developer. 2 years free property management. So this is where it kind of begins to get interesting. Not only do you have the rent guaranteed, but you also have free property management by a top-notch property management company in the area. Fully furnished units, and I can attest to that. My daughter lives in one of these units. They're fully furnished, beds, tables, your sofas and everything that the students need. It's already there. Kitchen appliances, everything. It's all very well taken care of. Free unlimited high-speed internet, and that's kind of important for students these days. Bicycle storage and parking is included. So 2 buildings being offered: 271 Leicester Street and 392 Albert Street. Very similar, 15 to 20 units, 5 bedrooms per suite, 4 stories and 5 stories, and each of these suites, each of the bedrooms is individually rented out anywhere between $670 to $685 a month. So the next steps really are review floor plans and pricing. So if you don't have them, please do reach out to me and I can send you the floor plans and pricing. I would urge you to do so right away because the supply is limited and the demand is pretty high. Discuss your financing options because this is a purpose custom built student housing project. This is not typically TD, RBC, BMO, the bigger banks are not going to touch the financing for this. So we do have alternate lenders who will finance these projects. And again, the interest rates are very, very competitive. The last time I checked, I think 2.5% was being offered through Desjardins for this particular project. So we have financing options for you. You don't have to worry about that. I would highly encourage you to do a site visit. And again, the interesting part here is because these buildings are already built, you can actually go and see the unit you're going to buy, right? So I would highly encourage you to do so. And I'll of course come along with you. Then we would sign the documents, and again you have 10 days cooling off period, just like you would for pre-construction condo, but you have a 10-day cooling off period, and you basically start making money right away. So please do reach out to me for availability, price list, and how to get a unit booked here. The bookings are being taken right now, and these are limited time incentives that can change anytime without any notice. Okay, so thanks for your time, and please do reach out to me if you're interested. I would highly recommend this project, and I look forward to serving you. Thank you.